TikToks, you probably know of or at least heard of an inkling about Grimace. You know, big purple guy, supposedly the embodiment of milkshakes and taste bud at the same time. Yeah, just a huge. But I think for most people, they probably heard of Grimace through TikTok's Grimace shake trend, where the general script goes along the flow of person A filming themselves trying to shake and something horrific happened to them, usually heavily implied that Grimace is the culprit. I think it was first started as a funny subversion of how drinking a seemingly harmless drink would result in bizarre outcome, but what I want to focus instead on was what happened after. Of how as quickly as the Grimace shake trend started, the tides quickly shifted as behind the scene a new wave of people started expressing genuine sympathy and empathy for the purple blob. Now, to be clear, I'm well aware that the precursor of this movement was probably started by Noah with pearl necklace, permed hair, oversized tee, something on or around them that vaguely feels vintage, black nail polish in his bright LED room, with his friends trying to be contrarian just to poke fun or drive the meme a little long. But I think that very quickly shifted to genuine and profound empathy for Grimace. People were actually expressing sorrow for them, for not getting to celebrate their birthday. Even fan arts of a lonely Grimace sitting alone, or TikToks of people imagining what Grimace is feeling about the trend, started circulating around the internet relatively quickly. Gen Z as a whole has been a generation that has been jaded by the oversaturation of media in the internet. Trends live and dies in matters of days. Music gets stale in literally 1 week max because of the sheer velocity we receive and consume media. No joke, my mom once told me that back in her days, trends, musics, or even movies would be in circulation for weeks or even months. That would be like the modern equivalent of if Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles was played 24/7 on repeat for 8 months and everyone was doing Fortnite dances around it. Suffice to say, Gen Z is in a very interesting predicament where they are already tired and old and jaded even before they grow up. And I haven't even begun talking about social medias and news outlets' constant bombardment of rising housing crisis, billionaire hoarding wealth and jobs opportunities, student loans, climate change. This is probably the most desensitized generation to date. Heck, even a lot of Gen Z's cultures are characterized by the sheer absurdity of it all. From memes that are funny not because the joke is, but in how preposterous and involuted the content of the bit has become, to TikTok's core trend where the seemingly joking in all is that the viewer themselves finding solace in these fleeting, disjointed images. So how did Grimace garner the sympathy of these people? I mean, we are talking about the same group of people who celebrated and made memes out of a real-life submersible sinking like it's the next Taylor Swift album. Yet sympathy for a fictional character? Was it simply because they wanted to keep the joke running in a new absurd way? That could be the case, but I think there is a deeper reason to it all, as to why even my friend have confided to me about their sadness and remorse for this purple blob. Don't worry, Jake, your secret is still somewhat safe. It's just that it's now a permanent fixture of the internet for all to see. That's probably fine. The whole absurdity of the Grimace shake trend probably struck a chord with some Gen Zs. What with the whole unfeeling clickbait farmer news industry complex and unsympathetic boomers often portraying them as the villain character when most Gen Zs are only beginning to enter the workforce. I'm sure even some millennials are able to relate to these redundant talking points by boomers blaming this generation for their fragile mental health, not being able to land a job, not being able to buy a house, the list just goes on and on. It's kinda like Jerry from Parks and Rec. You can only be the butt of the joke for so many times, people calling quits, and Grimace with Jerry in this situation, taking the blunt of it all, enduring the mockery and belittling by these TikTokers, all while just trying to celebrate their birthday. But hey, that's just a theory. A very steady way from a justified emotion and investment to the bubble blob theory. Oh, and one more thing. Happy birthday, Grimace, and hope you're having a fantastic day.